Hello, this is Derek Daly. This is my R4 assignment video. I will be going over our vending machine controller circuit, and I'll start with question number one and demonstrate it as we go along. What tools are in my tool belt? This is an important question to ask because at this point in the course, things are very abstracted, and for example, with the use of devices, we can get rid of a lot of unnecessary and not needed gates and speed up the process of building our circuit. And as for the components, we have our inputs. As for our change, we have nickels, dimes, and quarters. We have our product select, our coin return, and the price. Here is our memory with our register. And then our one shot, which allows us to delay the frequency to make sure the flow of data is propagating correctly. Here is our change area. We have our bank subtracted, or our bank price subtracted from our bank, which determines our change, and our output logic, which allows us to vend an item when our product select is active and our required value is active. This is a mealy or more machine. It is a mealy machine because the outputs are a function of the current state and inputs. What is the maximum money total that this register can accept for number 5? Well, this is a 4-bit machine, which means our maximum value is 15 times 5 is 75. And put 65 cents in the machine and don't select a product. Let's do that real quick. Alright, so let's see the value in the register as I do this. So we have our quarter. There we go. So as you can see, that is our quarter and is being stored. Now we're going to do another quarter. There we go. Another quarter. Here we are. And oh shoot. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do an extra quarter. Supposed to do a dime and a nickel, but I mean, as you can see, it would function the same way. Multiples of 5 for our bits that we put in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, 3 quarters, 15, 75. So yeah, there it is. Um, and for number 6, the highest safe price for this machine would be 50 cents to make sure that, since the maximum value is 75, we want to make sure that if you put in a quarter, such as Susie, it doesn't get wasted. So, and then for 7, if pennies would be accepted in this machine, how would that change the design? Well, for starters, we would have to decode our inputs differently, and that's pretty much about it. Um, yeah, and allow for maybe a higher or lower value in our bank, and maybe increase the circuit. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, and then upon restart, what instructions should be given to the vending machine manager after plugging in the machine to ensure that products are not purchased for less than 40 cents? If that error did occur, would all future products be undersold, and how many would be undersold? Alright, so if products cannot be purchased for less than 40 cents, let's say the price is 40 cents then, we would have to make sure that we set our price correctly each time. Otherwise, it really depends on what the value is switched to, but um, a lot could be undersold or oversold depending on the value if it's not set properly upon restarting the machine. And then in your circuit, temporarily disconnect the delay device. So use the NOT gates and connect it to a clock, which I will do right now on screen. So I'm going to bring this wire down here, and there's our clock. So now we do not have the delays of our NOT gates. And let's see, we have our clock on right here. And we're actually going to try on a high frequency. Alright. We're going to do 4 hertz. That's pretty high, I would say. And auto-tick enabled. Alright, so as you can see, it's not really too handy right here. Our values are changing too fast, and it's kind of hard to understand what's going on. The OR gate feeds into our one shot because the value of the OR gate allows us for each OR input to send through a signal to our clock and our register. It's very handy. Why do we call this vending machine controller? What other components of the vending machine exist? Which types of engineers would work on each of those other components? Well, this is just a controller because this is the logic for dispensing an item. There's other parts of the machine, like maybe the housing itself, like the actual physical structure. I don't necessarily know exactly what kind of engineer, but I mean, I know there's definitely an engineer for building stuff, maybe a welder. Um, and then maybe the motors for like the clamps that open or close to get your item. Uh, all sorts of stuff like that. Also the wiring to actually go to each row. This product select doesn't really have too much of a dynamic product select. So yeah, there's a lot of parts, and this is just one very small piece. So yeah, it's very important to work with others to accomplish your goals. Alright, that is the end of my R4 assignment video. Thank you very much.